What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Pastor D, back at it with another video. Hey, let's get into it.
Walk it like I talk it, yeah, I walk it. Yeah. Flowers never grow without some water.
All right, so I really want to encourage somebody out there right now that's kind of struggling, going through it, wondering if God cares about what it is that you're going through. Someone that's out there that's looking at your situation, but forgetting about just who your God is. Forgetting about all that he's able to do. Forgetting that there is nothing impossible for God. Yeah, this video for you. I want to encourage you to put your faith and your trust in God, because the moment you fully do that, you're going to see him come through. I can remember it was back in 2013. Me and my family, we had moved here to Georgia. It was me, my mother, and my two younger siblings, right? And we literally came here on a hope and a prayer, believing that God was going to provide for us. And although we had some family here, it was my mother's desire that we had got our own place. Now, let me tell you just how good God has been to us up until this point. God took us from living with other people, having our own place, living in a shelter, back to having our own place. But through all of that, not once did he not provide. There was not one time that I can't remember that he didn't make a way out of no way. So fast forward to us living here in Georgia. We end up getting our own place. And even though we got the place, we didn't have necessarily everything that we needed when we moved in. I want to say for about the first year or so, we found ourselves sleeping on the floor. We went from sleeping on fold-out mats to blow-up beds. And thank God, but the journey of them blow-up beds, man, when I tell you, it was a journey. We probably went through a couple of them because they just kept popping, getting these big old bubbles in it and then popping. But the thing about that experience, God used that very experience to help shape our faith, to build our character, and to make us trust in him more. It's something about when you can't do nothing but just trust God, when you ain't got no control over what's coming and what's going. We barely even had food, but thank God at this time I was working at a bagel shop where I was able to bring home leftover bagels or salads or different things that we didn't sell that day. I love that God didn't allow us to lean on man, but he challenged us in this season to fully rely on him and trust him to provide everything that we needed. God will use even the most unlikely source to bless your life. So after being in that predicament for a while, God finally decided to open doors and the floodgates of heaven, and he began to pour out upon our lives. The people from the bagel shop I was working for, family, friends, they started to pour into our lives and bless us. And it was all God's doing. We went from sleeping, like I said, on fold-out mats to air beds to actually now having beds. We went from sitting on the floor to actually having a couch. We went from eating out of our laps to actually having a table to sit at and have family dinner. And that was all God. So all glory goes to God. There's a lot of times that I look back and I think about that moment and I can't do nothing but thank God, because it just reminds me of how good he's been to us. So I say all that to say that if God did it for me and my family, why can't he? Or why won't he do it for you and your family? All you got to do is trust God, believe him, and allow him to move on your behalf. And if you trust him to do that, I promise you're going to love the outcome. So no matter what it looks like right now, I can promise you this ain't your final destination. So hang in there, be strong, keep the faith, and don't you dare give up. Your breakthroughs and your blessings, they on the way. They on the way. They on the way. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, watching this video. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching this video. God bless.
Wisdom is for free, but yet it's overpriced. And I never seen success happen overnight.